Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 21-day challenge. It is time to become a Sketchnote boss. So today is day 0. I just want to kind of share an overview of what we're doing. So here's day 0. So it starts. So tomorrow we start, and I will have the workbook. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to email you a link to a page on my website that only you can get to because you're signed up on my email. It's one of those things that I give you because I so much appreciate you coming along on this journey with me. It's going to be a great time. The workbook, hang on, let me go through all my little points so I don't forget. The workbook is 27 pages long because we got a 21-day challenge, got some extra stuff for you, and I might have some other bonuses along the way. You might want to get a pocket folder. I bound mine. Try and show you that in the future videos. But I did a spiral bind. I have a spiral binding machine, so I bound mine, and so that it keep all the pages together. But you might want to just kind of keep it in a pocket folder and decide, do you want to put it in a 3-ring binder, or do you want to put punch holes and bind it with a ribbon, or staple it, or nothing. Anyway, but I just think if you keep all the pages in the pocket folder, you're going to be happy. Definitely need a micron pen. That doesn't have to be micron, but just needs to be permanent. So when we highlight over it, it's not going to run. That's really important. And pencil and eraser, very helpful. And then optional colored pencils or highlighters. And you want to make sure that you're not going to use Copic markers because those are going to bleed through, especially regular paper. I also printed mine out on cardstock. But you don't really need to, especially if you're going to be using color pencils or maybe colored ink pens that aren't going to bleed through. If you're going to use markers that need a little heavier paper, you might want index stock. But the bottom line is we're learning a new language. So it's not about the tools. Just got to have those few tools, so it's not about going out and buying things. So use the tools that you have. There really is no need to go buy new stuff. So this is what the workbook looks like, the cover of the workbook. Some of it's color, but if you print it in black and white, you're going to be fine. Don't feel like you have to go find a color printer. A lot of the times I refer to, there we go, page 7. And here are some variations of some block lettering that we're going to do over time. So I'm going to say, today practice this. And I purposely am not giving you the whole alphabet, because I want you to have to think about what these letters look like, being thick, being double, because if you just copy, you're not going to take in as much as if you have to think through, what does that letter look like? What's the shape of that letter? And don't stress out. So if you're like, fonts are just freaking you out and you haven't really thought about how to form letters and such, it's okay, no big deal, because every day I'm going to show you my page, which is it just finished. So you can always do a screenshot and then you will have it. But just if you give it a try, you're just going to get those creative juices flowing and get the brain power going. You'd be surprised what you're going to be able to pick up. Page 48 is where I want you to do your icons. And so this is how the page that, let me just go to, there it is somewhere. There it is. All right, so this is what it looks like. So there's the cover, and then I've got some introductory pages. And then so on day 1, so it's big time, it's day 1. So I'm going to have you do 3 patterns. And the reason I'm having you do patterns every day is to help you with the doodling and help with your muscle memory, because you always want to keep your pen busy. So if the pastor's speaking and he is going back and creating the world before he gets to his point, and he's telling you this very long story that, like, okay, I really don't want to sketch note that story, then put in a pattern, put in a border, put in a doodle. And so if you have some patterns at the ready, it's just going to enhance your sketch notes. So day 1, we're going to do block lettering. And so, well, I'm not going to go through all this. I'm going to do, every day I will go through what we're going to do, but you can see day 2, day 3, day 4, lots of blank spaces for you to work. So I am also been completing my book. So some days are going to be very simple, and some days I might stump you like, oh, I don't even know how to tackle that. But every day I am going to show you what I did to give you ideas and inspiration. You don't have to do what I did, but if you're kind of lost, like, just do what I do. And then next time you do it, you might want to do it a different way. So it's just practice. We're learning a new language. We are expanding our visual vocabulary. And so it's like learning a foreign language. We're not going to do it overnight. So this is what, so in the email that I'm going to send you, let's see, go there. You're going to go to an email subscriber thank you page because you guys are just awesome. And then here's the link, the 21-day handout. And you just can click on that. I'd encourage you to print it double-sided and color, not color, totally your choice. If you don't print it in color, it's fine. And if you don't even have a printer, that's fine. Just get some blank paper and, just do a save as and, download the file, and then you can look at it on the screen and then just fill out the paper. So you can still enjoy this challenge and not have paper. And, maybe that's more green. And of course, you can also do it on your iPad. It totally works too. So anyway, so the process is very easy. So by the time this video posts, you should have gotten an email with this link for this to get to the thank you page. And you should gather your supplies and maybe just flip through the book, and we should be ready to start sketchnoting tomorrow. So just a couple other tips I want to just share really quickly. So just commit to the process. Maybe I need to commit the spelling correctly too. I think maybe that's cut off with this image here. So, commit to 21 days doing this. And if it takes you longer than 21 days, that's okay, because sometimes I might really challenge you with some of my exercises. You're like, wow, I don't even know how to approach that. So obviously I'm going to show you how I approached it. And it's totally okay. And then if life gets in the way, like life did with me today, it could take you longer than 21 days, but that's okay. Just commit to the process. And it's totally okay to use pencil first. It's totally okay to mess up. Don't go back and start over because you messed up a page, right? And always reach out with questions in the Facebook group or email me. All right. And then I just want to show you, this was one of my first sketch notes in 2011. So I have been at this 8 years, been at this for a while, right? So here's one of my first sketch notes. So, and I had no idea about hierarchy. And also this is in pencil. So the scanner makes it look a lot better than it is, but it's in pencil because I was terrified that somebody might look over my shoulder and laugh at me and make fun of me that I was trying to do this, and it was going to be ugly. So, I would just be working and wouldn't let anybody see what I was doing. But now I find it's just a great tool to open a conversation to help other people get more visual in their faith and go deeper in their faith. But let's look at this. So what I have is doodles. I think I just decided I was going to do boxes this day, but I have no hierarchy. I have no images here, So if your sketch notes look like this, it's okay. This was still very beneficial for me because while I'm doodling, dual coding is happening and I'm associating with what was being said to some of these images. So I got a lot more out of the sermon than I would have just taking notes and not doodling. So just if all you do is doodle, you've moved the ball forward, and that's awesome. So don't be intimidated. Don't be scared. I was totally scared. Everybody's scared. So just be brave. Be brave. Get out there and do it. And the more you do it, the more you practice and the more things you're going to learn and things that work for you. I may have things that work for me that don't work for you. That's totally fine. And so you need to do you, right? You sketchnote however it works. The whole key is, are you learning? Are you hearing more, deeper, understanding better what's being said with your doodling? Connecting your doodling to what you're hearing. That's the whole point. We're not making art. We're not entering art contests. We're not framing this. It's all about the learning. So just keep that in mind. So enjoy, and I will see you tomorrow with day 1.